Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the making of Second Chance Heroes. This is the second level of the Hobo Colony, the second world in the game, and I've sort of made a decision at this point with my microphone. I went back and I listened to a few of the videos, and some of them were kind of loud, and some of them were kind of quiet, and I have the microphone positioned where the more quiet videos were taken from. And part of the reason is it's not a very good microphone, and the loud videos can be kind of annoying, and the quiet videos, well, you can just turn them up. And so I've opted for quiet in the hopes of not destroying anyone's eardrums, although I don't think that'll be a problem. But that does explain why the audio changed a few times in some of the videos, as I was unaware that moving my microphone around my desk, even just a foot or two, made such a significant difference in the quality of the sound. Anyway, that has nothing to do with Second Chance Heroes or level design, and so I suppose I should get to that. And so here we are in the second level of the Hobo Colony. Like I stated before, I built all of the levels in the Hobo Colony. This one is no exception. This is the second oldest level in the game, as far as levels in the order that they were built. And an interesting fact about this level is in the game twice, sort of, in that at this point here in the level, where the red line is drawn, was actually, there were a bunch of stony bridges and things, and the level was a lot longer, and those stony bridges and things made the level too long, and we cut them out. But I saved them and used them as the beginning part of the last level of the Hobo Colony. So that chunk that was cut from this level still exists in the game. It just exists somewhere else. But you could actually go, and if you had the editor and the time, you could actually cut that out and wedge it into this level, and it would fit. Anyway, here we go. We can see a bit of the old level here, and of course it's cut off because you can't see that far. You head up this hallway if we're going to start our walkthrough here. And there's a couple of little fun little Easter eggs in this level, other than the one I already showed you about the end of the level. This area here was added to the level later on, because we wanted an extra tangent in the level. And so it's this puzzle where you step on these things to solve the puzzle. And then you come here to this giant hobo suspension bridge, which is basically still just made out of smaller hobo parts. There's scaled up lanterns, a scaled up door thing, scaled up clothesline ropes. And this is another sort of Easter egg in the game, because you have this big suspension bridge in a hobo colony with a mini hobo colony with these little huts under here built under the bridge. And hopefully you can appreciate the irony that you're in a hobo colony on a suspension bridge with a hobo colony under it. It's sort of like the poster is like, "Yo, dog, I heard you like things, so we put things in your things." You know, not things, but anyway. I'm a level designer, not a meme poster creator. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. We get up here to the crazy cat lady. She was originally introduced in the previous level. And actually, a thing about the crazy cat lady is that originally I had an idea for a hoarders, etc. kind of store. It was just a store that was packed to the ceiling full of cardboard boxes and junk. And that there would be a crazy hoarder lady. And that was the genesis of the Hobo Colony's crazy cat lady. And eventually, she was supposed to be a reoccurring theme in the mall, and then we never introduced her into the mall, and then they designed her as a zombie, and we decided that we would fit her into the Hobo Colony, and then we fit her into the first level, and we didn't like her there, and I explained that in my last video, and then we fit her into this level, into this cage here. And so you've come up to this sort of mind junction, and the theme carrying forward from the previous level here is that you're getting further into the Hobo Colony, and so it's becoming more of a civilized place. Like, you found a suspension bridge, you've seen this little bit of housing down here. You're now in this place that is quite clearly an active mining area with all these railroad carts and bins and dynamite and watchtowers and ropes and everything everywhere. And so you can come out here to this sort of tangent area, and then cross over the slime waterfall, into this little like mushroom farm area. And well, it's not really a mushroom farm, but it's, you know, got all these little mushrooms everywhere, and then you come down this huge cliff face, all the way to the bottom. And at one point, these two rocks here were gone, and there was a little secret all the way over here at the end you could walk to, like a scroll for one of the goals, but we moved it forward. We thought no one was ever really finding it, even in the test matches, so we moved it forward and we closed that off. But you can come over here where you grab the teddy bear at the base of the bridge. Originally, you put the teddy bear together from parts and it was a bomb. Well, it's not a bomb anymore, it's just a teddy bear. And there it is. And then you springboard back up the waterfall to the top, and then you head pretty much just a straight shot to the end from there, at least all the way up till you get to this little split part where you can go up top, or you can go down low. And like I said, there's a lot of fun improvisation in the Hobo Colony in making this roof section just out of floor pieces from the other parts of the Hobo Colony. And up here there is a railroad car smashed into the ground, and it's just a railroad car, it's the whole thing, but we smashed it into the ground because we could, and made that little effect there of this just smashed railroad cart. And up here to our final piece of the improvising is, originally there was a hobo city up here, like a little town, and it was going to lead into a level called Hobo Pichu, but at that point we actually had 10 levels, or 10 dungeons, which would have been divided into 20 levels for each chapter of the game, and we cut that number down to 6 dungeons, or 12 total levels for each chapter of the game, and Hobo Pichu was never even built. But that would have led to Hobo Pichu, would have been the next level. And so we cut that city out and we made this boxing ring. And when I originally built the boxing ring, these side panels and this floor area were built out of more familiar pieces. They were built out of like these barricade pieces, and the floor was built out of the like the bridge pieces here, like this, only not scaled to that larger size. And these benches were built out of smaller pieces as well. And the artist, and it was actually very heavy, very resource intensive, because there were all these little pieces and all these little chairs, like in here. This is more what it was originally like. And so to cut down on all that geometry and make it more iPad friendly, they went and made this floor texture, and we just used floor panels and things. But a lot of the boxing ring is still basically original. They took out a lot of the ropes. Actually, I didn't realize that till just now. Oh, and that's all one model too. These used to be all little individual models. So they've actually come back in here and custom modeled a lot of this based on the improvised design. But this boxing ring was originally all improvised. And you fight Mad Mulligan up there, and that wraps up the first dungeon. And there's a little bit more city over there. And so yeah. Alright, well, that about wraps it up for this level. You'll be able to see the other part of it, of course, in the last video in this series, where it was cut out and put into another level. And there's a secret level between this one and the next one that was cut from the game, and that's also going to be in the Hidden Levels chapter. So, hope you don't mind the mic being further away. It's going to be where it is now until the end of the series. But I will see you later on, hopefully. Alright.